Welcome back to Blender Live. In this episode, I'm testing out this NijiGPen add-on. Basically, a Blender add-on that's dealing with Blender Grease Pencil. The add-on is promising you a lot of different functions. So it's creating 2D polygons. It's actually doing this Boolean and offset operations on your Grease Pencil strokes. It can convert 2D shapes into 3D mesh, and you can actually export your Grease Pencil into PSD. Yeah, there's a lot of functions of this add-on. I've taken a look at it for a few hours and testing out a few features. Let's actually just get started. You can actually check out the YouTube tutorial for the add-on as well. So as you can see, you can have like a kind of like hairy strokes like this, and then the add-on can use algorithm to turn it into a single clean strokes, like if you are inking. And it's all working inside Grease Pencil. The features that I actually really like is this one. Actually, oh, we have to look at this advertisement. This is something that's just been added the other day. You can see a lot of feature of this add-on, but the one that I really like is this one. You can fill out areas actually just using hint of strokes. So let's just get started. You can download the add-on from here, from the releases, and you just download the zip. This is the smart fill functions that I'll be testing out. So you have a line art, and then you put a color stroke, and then yeah, suddenly you have fill. And now you can add a light and pattern like a manga. Yeah, it's really powerful. So I downloaded the zip and I installed it via preferences, install, and then I have this already installed. With the Mac, there's a problem here with the triangle package module that cannot be installed. Unfortunately, maybe they will take care of this at some point, but the add-on will still work. Let's take a look very quickly. A good place to start is to go File, New, 2D Animation. So we don't need to worry about anything else. We're just gonna have this blank white canvas with a specified resolution for your canvas. Yeah, and we can start drawing. So by default, you have this pencil tool, and you can start drawing as usual. So let's actually do something. If you want to draw, you can draw something abstract like this, like a stroke. And by default, we already have lines and fill, which is empty. This is a layers. I will create a new layer and call it hint. Okay, I just want to show these features today. There are a lot of features of this add-on. This add-on actually lives inside this Grease Pencil object. So if you are selecting Grease Pencil object and go to under draw or under edit mode, if you look at the panel here, NijiGP add-on is actually inside this panel. The working plane is front XZ axis, the front panel. Let's try to paint something inside this. Okay, first of all, we have of course 4 different stroke material by default. Gonna do something. I'll create a few color. It's gonna be a stroke because it's gonna be a hint color. So I just created 1, 2 color, create another material. What I found with Grease Pencil, the most annoying is to actually make a material. There's a reason for this. because with grease pencil, every stroke and every fill is like a little bit like if you're working in a vector drawing app like Adobe Illustrator. So every stroke material is actually like a data that's you can always query at any time. You know, like if you make a stroke, that data is stored somehow. So everything is, it's not like bitmap like Photoshop where you mix pixels, colors. With grease pencil, it's like a vector drawing. Okay, so you have strokes, you're dealing with strokes, fill, shapes, and then you put it inside a layer. Okay, so anyhow, we have this line art and we have this hint. It will make sense in a bit. I will draw some hints. Okay, if you like coloring, you probably will like this. It's kind of like bring back your inner artist. Okay, I just made 2 strokes there, maybe not a good idea. Every shapes will be filled out with color. Of course, you can always use this tool, which is fill tool, but in this case, with the algorithm of this NijiGP, it's gonna do some magic for us. Okay, so we have this hint now. This is our materials once again. Okay, the material is stored on this panel. This is our layers with the hint of color. This is our lines. Now we're gonna go to Smart Fill. Okay, Smart Fill is a new feature that's just been added yesterday. So Smart Fill, specify our line art, specify our hint, and then the fill. And with magic, suddenly we have this being created for us. Right. So yeah, this is powerful. This is powerful, I think, because okay, now we are in 3D. We have a grease pencil which is flat. As for now, even though grease pencil can work in 3D, you can draw strokes in 3D and turn it into flat objects in 3D. At the moment, just work in 2D because the algorithm understand it this way. So yeah, we have ability to fill. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal here? Because okay, now we are in object mode. I will go to draw mode once again, and I will go to edit mode. Actually, edit mode. With edit mode, there's actually a lot of operations here. Like this is the algorithm that's handling cleanup for multiple lines or single lines. The one that I'm interested in, I want to show you this one. Strokes to meshes. Okay, we can generate based on the frustum or interpolations. I haven't tried. Maybe try frustum. So now we have 3D. We have 3D objects that parented into our strokes, grease pencil stroke. And we have this, you know, it's like a balloon. It's actually creating 3D for us. Yeah. Isn't that exciting? Incredible. Normally, yeah, I mean, in the past, I've been trying to do this same thing using Sverchok add-on, or we can also use geometry nodes and curve. But in this case, we are really working with strokes. You might be interested to also check out Sketch and Carve add-on, which is actually really powerful modeling tools to use grease pencil and to create 3D objects. But for now, this add-on actually just deal with it deals with the actual grease pencil strokes and fill, and then it creates these 3D objects for us. Okay, and I think that's really powerful. Select object by mesh. Oh, we don't need the floor. Delete the floor using X. Select all the mesh. We can actually sculpt it. I mean, we don't need to do this. This is just for fun. Close filter. Okay. Inflate. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just gonna join all of them and sculpt and then inflate. It's like a balloon. And then you can actually export this out. However, the coloring is actually stored in the color attributes here, so you need to bake it in order for this to be like objects that can be an AR, or you export into different app or game engine. You need to bake, maybe you need to bake it into proper texture. So let's actually take a look at other things. I get too excited with the possibilities with this add-on. Let's get back to 2D animation. If if the canvas is too bright for you, you can turn the background into gray. Normally, okay, if you're drawing like if you draw something, maybe sometimes you draw this way. Okay, some people draw like this. I remember one of my teachers or mentor that teach me to draw told me do not draw this way, because it's it's very hairy, and it's not a bad thing if you're just doing a sketch. Drawing this way is not bad. Later on you need to do like inking, and then with inking you draw like a single line stroke, clean up the stroke, things like that. So it's two process, right? You can draw this way. Nowadays I actually draw. I was trained not to draw with a hairline like this, so not multiple stroke, but it's okay because you can always have another layer and then you do another stroke to clean up everything. Okay, but in this case we can actually go to edit mode, and under NijiGP we can clean up by fitting single lines, multiple lines, blah blah blah. Multiple line is the one that I'm interested in. So we create a new layer, and then with all the strokes, hairy strokes being selected, you can multi-line it. And yeah, the algorithm try to fix your lines. It's not perfect. As you can see. You still probably need to do the manual cleanup, but it has potential. I just want to show you. Ideally, maybe you have these lines like this, and then you go create another line, and then you go draw. I'll use different pen, I think. And then you clean it up. I mean, you can approach this type of 2D artwork in many different ways. I think usually the manga artists deal with this every day. Manga, comics, graphic novels. I think because of the because of the pandemic and lockdown, I think the manga and comics and everything and the artistic, you know, like nature of human beings, I think we actually made a lot of manga and comics. It's booming again. That's what I'm trying to say. Yep, I made this silly artwork. It's not bad. Okay, it's a human art made using mouse. Again, I should have used stylus, but okay, we have this line art. Again, we don't have fills yet. I will create another layer, call it hint. Let's save this very quickly. Always save. Just call it GP dog. I will use the hint layer and then create a material. Again, creating material is the weirdest thing ever in Blender. With the grease pencil, you need to take care every material color basically, which is not a bad thing. I mean, you don't want to have like hundreds of material anyway. You want to keep maybe manageable number. It depends what you're really creating. I think we need like a white color fill. So yeah, we have the pen. This is the hint. We can color this doggy blue or whatever. Red, maybe red, yellow. It's pretty colorful. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. So again, we have the hint. We have the line art. We have empty fields. Now we go to draw mode, smart fill, line art, hint, layers, fill, layers. Okay, magic. I like this actually. I really think it's powerful, and I don't know, this if we go to draw mode, we save this as multi-layer render. Wait a few seconds. Okay, we go to photo T, or if you have Photoshop, open up the PSD and you can see we have everything. The clean art, you know, we have the background. This is also comes with the add-on. Actually, I will save this. So the add-on actually remember. So if you go back to hint and you create a new material, pink color for example, and you colorize again, smart fill, it remembers. I don't know what happened if I have two. Yeah, it tries to fill out the areas with two color. I don't know if I do this. Okay, yeah, two color. Anyhow, so let's try something. Draw, edit. Where is it? Go to edit mode. So there's a draw mode, edit mode with different operations. hold out. There's this Boolean operations that I don't understand much about it, but this resample, I'm interested with this. Try interpolation. Interpolations actually give you this pretty unusual, like a mesh with a normal. So you have this kind of highlight. Yeah, okay, if you're a cycle, you actually get this kind of nice, kind of like a 3D look for your artwork. Okay, you still maintain the stroke. So this is actually kind of powerful. You know, you can take this, you can render this out, and then you can bring it. You can try using AI maybe to kind of to remix the result if you don't like the result. But if you do 2D artwork, this is probably like enough. Now it's looking a little bit more like 3D. You can change the sun. You can change the highlight, things like that. You actually have shadow as well. So I guess that's already pretty powerful. And with grease pencil, actually you can animate the grease pencil because you are working with multiple frames. I haven't tried that. So from a simple grease pencil strokes, we can generate all this. So I think that's pretty powerful. So that's a quick look at NijiGP or NijiGPen. Still version 0.5, so it's not version 1. The triangle doesn't work on Mac OS yet, but it's kind of work for most of the functions anyway. So yeah, that's hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.